Ryze is a good pick into Yasuo here. He's now been banned away. Take away one of the comfort picks as well.
Taking away Twisted Fate from Dade as well. It does seem that Lee Sin will be the first option for Spirit for Samsung Blue. Looks like they're going to take their time unlocking this one. No, instant locked in there. So, Lee Sin first pick.
Yeah, everyone is going to deny it from Loveling, his main champion. And Spirit as a jungler, his mechanics are insane. But he's not a Dandy type or Cacao type where he wants to early game, like just constantly gank lanes over and over. He's more counter gank focused because again his lanes are very passive. And it simply means if you want to try and go aggressive on one of the lanes from Samsung Blue, there's a high chance Spirit is ready. He's going to counter gank you and he's going to kill you. So we're not going to see him be as aggressive as we have seen some of the other junglers. Also looking at Insec back in Taiwan, of course. Calculated, counter jungle focused, and counter ganking a lot here from Spirit.
Look at that Kayle takeaway here for going up in the top lane. 3-0 on that champion from regular season.
Must be up against Akon.
So 100% win rate there.
Again, Kayle used to be Akon's #1 pick up in the top lane. He was nerfed a little bit before the OGN final, so he had to play Dr. Mundo instead. And he played a bit of Lulu, if I remember correctly here. Now again, Kayle is back because some of the other top laners received a few nerfs as well, and suddenly Kayle is back in the meta.
But one thing that is back in full force and has a fantastic win record so far in the World Championships is Rumble in the top lane. It really has worked well from the likes of Dyrus playing it. Obviously, we saw it earlier on as well for Ackerman. It really is a champion that's coming into his own once again at World Championships.
Yeah, and it really gives a big boost in power to all of these top laners that have the pocket Rumble pick. A lot of them bringing it back. So many in this group specifically have been able to use Rumble far back in their histories, and now everybody's seen this resurgence, so it does give that extra leverage to them because Alistar and Maokai and also Nidalee have been really heavily focused in bans.
And also now you have Rumble locked in against OMG, the team who wants to teamfight you from early game to mid game to late game.
Saw the first game.
Get your Haunting guys, get your level 6, go down to Dragon and force a teamfight, and the Rumble will shine. It's the huge power spike. OMG this time around, not as dive heavy comp so far, which is what Rumble really wants to play against, where he just put down his ult and you have to run through it.
But the thing is, I also like Rumble against Kayle here because, you know, you only get one person that you can cast intervention on, and this large area control and this burn damage are very strong against his team. Look at all these OMG targets. They're all individually fairly squishy.
I mean, looking towards the pick and bans right now, Kha'Zix's locked in there. We talked about obviously the Lee Sin being in, taking away from Loveling. 1-5 throughout the summer on Kha'Zix's Loveling. Obviously he switched to Elise, which was his second most played champion, but he lost on that, so maybe the confidence is shaken a little bit. We do also have, though, the big combo, the Tristana Thresh. That is a strong combo, but the problem is, what will it get countered on by Samsung Blue? If it is a Twitch and a Name, oh, wait. I'm looking at Lucian. I'm completely thrown. Wait.
Mid lane Lucian's not going to happen.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Why not just get Yasuo for Dade?
He'll swap back to it. No!
Again, Dade on Yasuo, one of his main picks. He's so good in these team fights on Yasuo. You have the knock-up from Nami. I was about to say from Nami.
I don't know where that came from.
And you have the Lee Sin as well to set it up. And you can also do these like small skirmish now with Yasuo and Lee Sin, 2v2 fights where you can just burst down one target.
That combo is ridiculous.
It is scary.
Lee Sin Yasuo is so devastating jungler mid lane pickup.
So again, looking at the side of OMG, Kha'Zix in China as a jungle pick is not very strong normally, simply because on Kha'Zix you want to sit and farm and you want to get your items, you want to get 2-3 items before you really want to start team fighting, but you are extremely strong. You're one of the best team fighting junglers, but normally in China you never hit that point because teams will fight early on where you only have like an Elder Lizard and you're so squishy, you jump in and you just die instantly. OMG this time, when you have a Kha'Zix, they have to be careful in these mid-game fights. Also, Tristana is weak in the mid-game.
Also, it's a very different style of jungler. As we saw Insec, he just jumps straight into a team fight. You don't do that with Kha'Zix.
Exactly.
Kha'Zix looks around for the low HP targets. This OMG team is a reset team. They have Trist and Kha'Zix, and they have Ahri to blow up a single target. So they use this Kayle intervention to protect whoever's getting focused long enough to kill one target. Then they get their reset, and they try and jump back to get to that Kog'Maw, who's got low mobility in the back lines. Problem is, can they hop around this Rumble Ultimate?
Well, I distinctly remember a conversation last week, of course, on air with Jack. We were talking about the Yasuo in the mid lane. We were saying it's the wrong Samsung. Pawn isn't the main Yasuo guy. Dade is. And game number 1 for Samsung Blue, he's got his hands on it. He is against Cool, who very much will be used to this matchup. Obviously, Yasuo, a very big champion over in China, but a Yasuo versus a Ahri. It is the, obviously, main pick we talked about at the start, the featured matchup. Of course, you guys at home can join in on this one now that the picks are locked in. Hop over to Twitter and let us know who you think has picked the better team comp. Tweeting at LoL Esports using the hashtag SSBWin or hashtag OMGWin. And of course, we'll take a look at that as the game rolls on.
And just to throw some stats on your Yasuo point, it's the most banned ban against Samsung Blue for good reason. Dade really put the fear of Yasuo into all of the Korean teams.
The fear of Yasuo. It's going to become a new phrase, maybe. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Game 3 here in Singapore. Samsung Blue's first appearance. How will they fare? Starting out on the blue side up against OMG on the red side, who themselves are already one game down to LMQ earlier on today.
And we're seeing a very different comp here from OMG compared to what we saw in Game 1 against LMQ. In Game 1, OMG had the dive comp themselves. They had the Yasuo pick, they had the Maokai. They wanted to just dive into the back line and force these team fights. Now OMG wants to actually kite and want to set up a lot of wards to have the vision control and then wait for Samsung Blue to run into them. Whoa. Use the Ahri pick, use the kite you have from KL, Tristana, and of course the Kazakhs to then prolong the fights, get someone low, then jump in, get your reset.
Whoa!
Oh, I'm going!
They're going on him. They've landed the slow. Have they got enough damage? I think he should be able to get to the tower right now. He's going to get slowed once again. The damage will come down. Have they got enough to get away? First blood comes in. 1 minute, 13 seconds into the game. It's already going wrong for OMG.
This is going to do terrible things for OMG's morale. Slow start to the group stages, which, you know, many people would be expecting from OMG, kind of need some time to get warmed up. But now, giving up first blood and second game, they have to fight Samsung Blue. This is really going to be an uphill battle for OMG.
Yeah, and this matchup in the top lane, I mean, Kale should actually be able to pressure Rumble a lot in the early game, push him down like we saw in the last game as well with the Kale against the Ryze pick. But now you have no flash, which means Spirit can just start his own red buff, which he's going to do now, go blue buff, and walk straight to top lane. If Loveling is not there to defend him, and actually, look what OMG is doing here. They know Spirit is going to start red buff and go blue buff to gank, going in the top lane because he has no flash. So they instantly invade on this blue buff and take it away from OMG. Samsung Blue, sorry.
Acorn sees it as well. He spots it. They're all going to move away from this one. I think it's going to be a 4-0 push right now on this top lane as well. You can see that that lane is being cleared out by San. It looks like Samsung Blue are going to react. They should be able to rotate around and take this blue for themselves.
So OMG are going to save their early game here by swapping and sort of getting rid of that huge disadvantage. So that's a very good call for them, I think. And they also secure that the jungle starts will be fairly even because look at Spirit. He got the first blood. You start out with a Spirit Stone on Lee Sin. You are going to run through that jungle and be very high health for many ganks early on. They don't want this to be an issue. So they pull the swap. Good call from them. Also, extra potions picked up here for Nami. That's going to help him in the laning phase. Pretty much this was, whoa, this is a fairly dangerous choice though because they know that there should be blue members on the side of the map.
Oh, they got it, actually.
Good call then. They went for the jungle contest and they actually got it.
I completely missed the lane, so I was just looking at the jungle and like, oh, it's so smart, they're taking away the blue buff. Of course, they're just lane swapping. It's very, very standard. Nothing to do with being in the top lane without his flash at all.
Yeah, they want to swap him out of a laning experience.
I only look at the jungles here. Alright, so look at what Samsung Blue is doing. Whoa. Because they actually spotted going and Loveling move into the bottom side of the jungle and then saw them go back to the top side. They know they're going to be on the top side of the map and they can start this dragon.
They should also tell Dade this because they got that intel. So Dade, he did put a ward down there on his top side river jungle there. So they're completely protected. So OMG, they made that swap for good reason. They want to do a lane swap so they could get, going without his flash out of a bad situation. However, it does end up costing them that dragon, which is the price that a lot of teams used to have to pay for these lane swaps, but have since done a much better job of contesting. Also, Worth noting on that invade from Samsung Blue, they left a very deep pink ward. We'll keep track on how long this pink ward lasts because that was also a side effect of that level 1 first blood.
I also want to see how long this buddy system works out for them because you can see Acorn was sticking around. It seems that maybe he's just going to venture up towards the top there. Or is he going to try and sneak around? No, it is going to be a group in mid instead. He's going to look to follow on with Spirit again. So he's actually being punished a little bit here, as is Gogoin, of course. The top laners are losing out pretty heavily with this buddy system.
Look at the different calls here, though. They actually send Gogoin down to his lane to try and soak experience, whereas Acorn stays with his jungler. So Blue are very, very safe on the bottom side, whereas Gogoin in a dangerous spot.
But why would OMG even send Gogoin down bottom lane at the moment? It's being frozen by 2 members here. Coming into this jungle, let's see what that Blue can do.
Loveling caught out, he's already jumped away, there's the flash, he's not clean enough, he's gonna get locked up, no! The lantern from Dada saves his life, and he gets out clean.
This is why you don't fight on the other side of the map. When you lane swap top, you're gonna be at a numbers disadvantage. Blue do the great thing here with the lane swap. They go invade again that other side of the jungle, take another fight, huge advantage. This bottom side of the map is Blue territory.
Yes, and OMG, they keep trying to take it back for some reason. Again, you're sent down, going to the bottom lane all alone. The lane is being completely frozen by Def and Hard at the same time. So he walked to the lane, realized he couldn't do anything, walked back to his tower. Now he's once again stuck in this lane.
And they're so stubborn. Yes, they haven't given up on it.
Why are you even bottom lane? Go back to your jungle with your jungler.
Oh, Acorn doesn't quite land the first slow, which could have catched on. Spirit would almost certainly have followed through that. Daddy, do not check that push. It is insane death for
okay.
you.
OMG now realizing we have to send down Loveling as well to try and push out this lane because they want to push it into the tower, bounce it off, reset it, so it starts pushing towards OMG and then Gogoin can pick up the farm. But now he realized he's not getting anything.
Yeah, even with sending down the jungler, Blue have a jungler too. They can send him down there and then it'll still be 4 versus 3. All right, so they finally gave up on that bottom side. They gave up on the plan. OMG are going to return to regular here because San has started shoving.
Yes,
maybe
Akon
they push down an early turret.
Akon is going to go to his top lane now, pick up all the farm here. OMG, because there's so many people in the bottom side of the map, wasn't there to try and force Akon away. Instead, their response now is actually sending Loveling and Dade up here to this top lane because they know Akon is going to be there to take the wave, so they want to dive him and force him away from the tower.
But he's already spotted it. They know that they come in. Spirit's going to join alongside him. It's going to be a 4v2. This is a very tricky tower dive right now. OMG going to collapse around him.
Spirit,
and then going towards him. Lou's going to take the tower hits. Nobody's hit so far. There they go. Dada's taking too many tower hits there. He's going to be able to flash away from it. They do manage to get down Spirit. They jump on towards Akon, but the tower hits are now on San. He's got to be careful. They get themselves the second kill, and it pays off at last.
So this was a nice move by OMG, realizing if we messed up in the bottom lane,
They might go for
let's
Dada.
stop that going. Still fighting.
Loveling's in trouble. Here comes 5 members of OMG, but the tower hits are still too strong. They don't have the minion wave.
There's a teleport as well.
Daddy managed to get exhausted. They're going to try and flash away. Acorn's going to come around. If he can catch the slow on towards San or Dada, it could be big. Instead, they turn their attention to Cool and Loveling. Flash comes out of Acorn, and OMG hold them off. This is a tricky, tricky play for both teams because it is giving Deft all of the free time in the bottom lane.
That was a big boost for OMG though. Even though Deft is down there farming, OMG got seen by that ward from Acorn, and Samsung still wanted to fight that 2 versus 4 tower dive. Thought they could outplay it. Awards OMG 2 kills, and Gogoin's able to teleport down bottom to soak up some of that minion wave that Deft finally had to shove in the turret.
Yeah, OMG simply made the best out of bad.
Whoa! Hard caught out of position. That will be a kill for OMG, and that's exactly what they need to get going.
So OMG making the best out of bad situation, sending 4 members top lane to dive Akon. He thought he was safe to go and pick up all the farm. He even had Spirit nearby for the counter gank. Didn't expect all 4 members from OMG to be up there and kill him. So nice little response. We're talking about this bottom lane. It was going horribly wrong for them. Instead, switch to top lane, push the wave in, dive Akon when he's trying to pick up all the farm here and actually deny him pretty much the entire wave.
Blue buff has finally respawned, and it will be gifted across to Cool. There's going to be no counter, no fill-in. Cool will clean that one away. I wasn't sure for a moment there, but Lovely does give that one across. So this is buying a lot of time for Gogoin, actually, getting a lot of that farm going. Acorn both these top laners neither really benefited too heavily from all of that shenanigans.
Yeah, after all of that, no towers down still, and most of the gold difference is the early turret. Extra kills there for OMG, making up some of it.
Position. What are you doing? He gets kicked away, hasn't got level 6, can't get the intervention down. It's going to be an easy pickup, but it's hard that takes it. That's got to be a mistake.
Yeah, no assist for Def either here, but they can still push in the lane. Teleport was used by going earlier, so he has to run from base down, and you can just run straight to Dragon, which is spawning in 5 seconds. So it doesn't really matter for Samsung Blue, who got the kill. They just want to kill him, force him away, and take the Dragon.
So again, Blue feeding off of this Dragon. They got the first Dragon there early because of the lane swap, have the perfect timer, so they send everybody down there before it spawns to get the kill, then move over to Dragon. Very good early game control here from Blue. Does not look good for OMG.
Yeah, they didn't push the tower down. They had the advantage. You can see that Loveling is in this top lane as well. I think they're going to shove it down this time around, so first tower of the game will go to OMG. Mid lane tower also took some punishment from Cool as well, so he started to slowly press on towards that one, but you can see Acorn already there, flaming, covering that one off. I think they're trying to set another trap for going, you know, in that bottom lane.
Well, they definitely have the entire bottom side of the map warded from Samsung Blue here. Hard has just been walking in, setting up all the wards. They want to kill going once again. He's only level 5.
And again, setting up for another dive.
Smart ward.
Right on top of them as well. So knowledge given across to him. It does mean there's 4 members of Samsung Blue making the move down towards this bottom lane. They will push in and try and take their first tower of the game, or will they? They're quite happy to keep it. Yep, let the minions take it.
And the mid-game hump here is going to be very difficult for OMG as well, because Deft is going to come into power much quicker than San is going to get to power. And they also have a Rumble on their team. So this is going to be really difficult for MG to work around not only all of the area of effect skills with the Tidal Wave plus Rumble ulti and the Yasuo combo, but also this Kog'Maw is going to come online shortly.
It's just been about Samsung Blue getting all the information from OMG they needed to know exactly what they could do in the lane swap. Again, once they saw going and Loveling move into the jungle, where we had, of course, Acorn and Spirit squatting them, they knew, okay, you're going back to your top side. We can take the first Dragon. You're not going to be there to contest it. And got the first Dragon from it. Then OMG tried to take control of the bottom side, even though that Tristan is sitting in top lane, freezing the wave, obviously, against 5 members from Samsung Blue, was never going to work. End up losing out even more on it. Then they made the smart call, punishing Acorn on the top side, moving 4 members there. But the next Dragon, because they still had the bottom lane up there, they never got to push the tower in time, also went to Samsung Blue, and they've been getting all this global gold early on.
While this pressure has been on, OMG put a lot of pressure on towards this bottom tower. San and Dada came down here and have burnt a good chunk of the hit points away from this one. Top lane looks like it's going to be focused though. Spirit coming around the side, going has finally hit level 6, so he will have intervention available, but he's still got to be so cautious. Heart pushing in here. They want to lock on towards San. Def putting the damage down towards him. They've been split apart right now, but they're drawing them in. Look at San. He's got support. Loveling coming down here now. Is he going to be able to leap and get the void spike in there? There's the play. The death sentence doesn't land. Def's going to be the focus target. San jumps in towards him. Intervention on towards Dada. That will save his life as they jump towards Heart. And it's a double kill for San. They will get a counter. They will take down Dada with the Acathian surprise, but that is all. The tower goes to OMG.
They're going to trade towers though, because Rumble was left up top alone now because of the teleport down from going, and Blue also gained control of this mid lane. Dade shoved it up very quickly.
But that was such an over-aggressive play by Samsung Blue. Notice the wards on the minimap. All the wards from Samsung Blue is on the top side of the map. There is none on the bottom side. And yet, Deft and Heart, they just chased up in the river, having 0 wards. Obviously, OMG is going to collapse onto them and kill them. But that's the trade, Samsung Blue. Obviously not the trade they want. They want the attention to be in the bottom lane, but you don't want to lose your bottom lane. But they want to get this top tower in exchange and get all the wards in the top side of the map.
And this is exactly what OMG wants. They've got the Ahri, they've got the Kha'Zix. Ahri all about this mid game trying to roam down, pick people off, and Kha'Zix with the execution.
That's just so strange to see, especially Def do it. He's normally so defensive and passive and just want to farm in his lane. And then it's him and Heart who's chasing 0 wards into the river and just get completely collapsed on by OMG, end up dying for it. Tristana now is going to almost skip her weak mid game because she picked up so many kills. as soon as she gets a static shift, she can start scaling into late game now, which is normally the part where you really want to punish her when you have a Trinity Force on the other side.
Well, Samsung Blue, they've been known for their early weak game. They are still ahead in gold. Let's not discount that. They've had 2 dragons. They are only a tower down, which can easily be picked up. And right now, they're sizing up a cheeky opportunity in that top lane on Go-Going. Dade also looking to try and catch something on towards San. Go-Going spots it, runs away. Great. Equalizer going down, slows it. Is it going to be enough? Spirit throws out the kick.
Nice dodge.
Go-Going. That will save his life. And now they're pushing down the bottom.
But we really see the focus from Samsung Blue. Spirit is just sitting in this top side of the map. He wants to constantly gank Go-Going. They want to make sure the Rumble pick, even though it was lane swap, can still get going and get his Leandris Torment before we're going to have the first 5 versus 5 fight. That's why they put so much focus on shutting down Go-Going and getting Acorn ahead.
Keep your eyes on this ward coverage, though. OMG have taken full vision control of this blue
It's the trade.
red side jungle here, and they're looking for more picks. This is what they want to do. You can see Cool constantly roaming around to the different bushes, looking for a straggler to pick off with this Ahri. His eyes are on Deft most of the time because he's on that Kog'Maw, would have to burn a flash or a heal to escape that.
Got the coverage of Hart. Forever on his side. Just off at the side, you can see Spirit looking to try and throw one of those kicks, see if it can land. Dade throwing out the death sentence. Dade fancies him. It's a tricky one to call, that's for sure. Dade versus Dade, but it is going to be OMG that step away. But as you mentioned, they have a lot of vision coverage in that lower half of the jungle, while Samsung Blue, while they were up there, didn't really leave a trail of wards.
No, they've all timed out now. They placed them before, kept ganking Go-Going in the top, and he managed to stay alive. Now Dragon is live, and Acorn is recalling up here. He needs to be fast if they actually want to go for a fight. It might just be OMG.
They can't do it.
Dragon.
Oh, they're going to have
Teleport
to
is
try and go
ready.
in. There's the kick. Spirit doesn't fancy it, and that will be the first Dragon for OMG. It pulls the goal to with 100 between the two.
It's all of this red side jungle focus playing off for OMG. They got all the wards down just in time for that dragon spawn, and Spirit constantly going up to gank top definitely did cost them here.
Oh yeah, lost full control of the bottom side, even lost the dragon. They picked up the first 2 dragons, that's a timer for it as well. Didn't get the Leandris Torment yet on Acorn, so maybe that was one of the reasons they didn't look for the fight. But you did see all 4 members run towards this dragon and realizing, oh, it's actually already up here, we're not in position to fight for it and just have to give it up. So at least they didn't try and go for some crazy engage after the dragon was already dead. OMG now, still down towards this bottom side, and now Samsung Blue is putting their attention on the bottom side of the map.
But they're leaving themselves exposed in the mid lane. Look at this, you can see Cool's going to try and collapse in there. It is going to be Dade will take that final few hits. Now we're giving them the damage they need. Oh, the charm did not land from Cool. That's what they needed there. The equalizer was burnt out though, so it was a ulti for ulti, mid lane and top laner. And now Samsung Blue have the advantage. They're going to try and push in this mid lane.
Well, grouping up now. Yeah, you can see though, OMG, they went for the 3v3 skirmish. They're looking for the drawn out, spread out team fights here. Trying to get the little skirmishes, but it goes Spirit!
Straight on, perfectly placed on towards Cool. They get themselves double. Lock around the side. Lovely tries to escape here, but that was a very quick, clean double kill for Dade. Sets up nicely, gets the catch on towards OMG, but backs away.
And OMG, they didn't actually manage to take their very offensive and aggressive ward that in the jungle of Samsung Blue. They didn't realize now Samsung Blue was starting to group up and push down towards them. So they didn't get to move them in their own jungle. They didn't see Spirit come around, flank again. They're might be in trouble.
Sam's gone too deep. I don't think he's got the damage. The burn's not.
Reset,
He's
get
got locked up. And
Oh.
there is Acorn burning him down. Spirit didn't go down. It didn't give him the reset, so he couldn't jump away.
Yep, that last shield there, Spirit not going down. No reset means he can't get out of it. A good pickup here for Blue. Little overextension from side, but again, this was Blue. As soon as they group up,
Boom.
Huge advantage. Take that combo.
It's just such a nice setup here. And again, it's because there's no wards in your own jungle now. From OMG, they failed to realize, okay, Samsung Blue wants to push now. They want to be aggressive. They want to take control of the bottom side. They kept all the aggressive wards in the jungle of Samsung Blue, couldn't spot it, and also notice on the minimap how every ward is placed towards the top side. Even though Samsung Blue is shown for the last 2 minutes, they want to be a part of the bottom side.
So the next 5 minutes are crucial for OMG here, because one thing that they always do is answer aggression with more aggression. And the question is, sometimes it can pay off, but often it will definitely fall into the trap. And Samsung Blue are quite open to team fights right now.
We do have to elaborate, though. It's not the same type of aggression. OMG are going to be looking for those spread out, little skirmish assassination attempts. As we saw before, I mean, it was OMG, they went for their play. They had the Ahri in the mid lane. They tried to use the ultimate to get a pick and get somebody isolated, but since they didn't get that, Samsung Blue were able to turn it around and play to their strengths with the 5 people grouping up for the team fight. And then you see those combos, the Lee Sin kick into the Yasuo ultimate and tidal wave coming through.
Spirit and Heart setting up here. Loveling and going are going to trigger the trap. Going straight in towards it. The damage is there. Intervention had to be burned. Now they may try and turn this one around. Intervention, no. That's going to get caught out. In comes Deft. Can he clean up now? Gets the damage on towards Loveling. Cool on towards Acorn. The wave comes through. Spirit rushes away. Just about clean enough. And well, it was only a 1-for-0, but what a tight fight.
It's that the vision coverage exchange. Both teams exchange red side jungles, so you keep seeing these picks for the opposite team in their own red side jungle. OMG, this time we're the ones venturing too deep.
Sand burnt down, has to get away. That's going to be the tower for Samsung Blue as they start to turn their power on towards OMG. And again, just a simple pick forces them away.
The last few minutes for Samsung Blue has been all about first going bottom side plays, a million wards in the bottom lane, and then OMG failed to respond in time. Then they're like, okay, we've done our job in the bottom lane, now we switch to top side, and OMG once again, they don't realize Samsung Blue is moving their ward courage and their members around the map so fast, which means they keep face taking, they keep getting flanked around, and they just get in bad situations, they lose the fights because of it. Samsung Blue is always the team to decide where do we want to ward, where are we going to wait for OMG, and once they show up, we're going to punish them.
Also, you have to command Heart here. He is going for one of those earlier Mikhails, which is crucial for this team. When you're against this Thresh Ahri combo that's looking to pick somebody off, definitely need that support item early on.
And OMG at this point here, for their comp to work, they have to be able to set up in an area, get full ward control like we have seen Samsung Blue do or OMG do earlier, and then you have to sit and wait for Samsung Blue to face take you with the Ahri pick. It's all about Ahri snowballing mid-game due to vision control and getting these picks with your charm.
Well, you talk about that, moving vision control around, Dragon's coming up in 25 seconds, and OMG are actually the ones moving their control down first. So Blue may have decided that they want to either bait this fight in and get them grouped up inside the Dragon Pit for a Rumble ulti, or they don't want to fight it, because checking this is a little bit difficult.
And this is a very big fight because you can see it's a 4,000 gold differential.
Acorn
if
has
OMG
teleport.
come out big in this fight, it will very much swing the game back into their control. But if they were to lose it, it is almost certainly incomprehensibly out of their control. There's a ward there covering it. OMG are going to be seen taking this dragon, and you can see Samsung Blue flanking.
They need Deft and Heart to get down here, though. Looks like they're going to be split off. A pincer movement. As we said, Acorn does have his teleport, so it's very dangerous here for OMG to group up in this alleyway leading up to Dragon. The jungle alleyway is going to be very dangerous for them.
Yeah, they didn't want to risk it, and that's a wise move, but it does mean Samsung Blue move in position. Cool goes in, quick exhaust being used. Hook onto Deft. They have to go for this one. Deft is going to get jumped up, but he's still not taken down. Lovely finally gets on towards him. There's the intervention being used. Lovely pounces away. Samsung Blue shakes on towards them. Cool being burnt. Has he got enough to try and turn it around there? He will get slowed. The Sonya's out. Nas comes out. Going turns back on towards him. And Acorn, he's on towards them. It's a triple kill coming out from Acorn. He can chase on towards San. San is going to run for his life. He gets caught by one so, but will get away. And it was a 3-4-for-1 trade. After all that, they only locked down Deft.
Blue timed that fight with their level 11 Rumble. They had him solo pushing up top for that minion wave. Right when he hits level 11, they re-engage on the Dragon to draw in OMG, and you get that level 2 Rumble ultimate.
Also, as soon as they force OMG away from their vision controls, the area they've just placed all the wards, suddenly OMG don't have a way to actually engage. Look at the engage here. This is a terrible engage from Cool. He doesn't manage to land the charm onto Deft. It's all about the hook that, yes, you get the kill, but now your Ahri is gone. She's used the ulti. She's pretty much out of the fight. And the rest of Samsung Blue now can just keep chasing up here. Get the triple kill for Acorn. Loveling will go down as well to Spirit in the very end. But this is basically about Samsung Blue because they made the pincer here and moved from two sides. They forced OMG away from the dragon, away from the wards they just placed. Suddenly, the way for engage for OMG was to run in with cool and try and assassinate someone. If it wasn't for the hook from Dada onto Deft, it would have been a horrible fight for OMG.
And again, that mid-game power curve that we talked about for the Kog'Maw and the Rumble. Yasuo now with the double items. This is the strongest that this team is.
This time around, Cool is going to get away. That ultimate coming out of Rumble has been causing so many problems for OMG, not only in this game, but in the last as well. And it's absolutely something they need to start looking at to ban away, because every team will now look at this and think, that is how you beat OMG.
It's all about this very, very strong mid game and knowing OMG wants to fight even when they lose control of the area, when they have a bad comp to engage on, like they did here at Dragon. They're still going to try and do it, and it's so predictable for these teams. So you can take Rumble, you can take strong mid-game champions. Again, Trinity Force makes you so strong in the mid-game compared to Tristana, who has to scale into late game instead. And it makes it too easy to predict what OMG is going to do.
Well, currently, they are trailing. 7,000 gold overall. 7.5 if you want to count the extra 500. Samsung Blue in control of this game. They were coming into it, of course, clean favorites. OMG will take this middle turret down as their third one of the game, and it does mean all outers are now down. That is one thing they have done well, is push those turrets, but of course, can they go that one extra step
Talk
further?
about animation canceling.
Inners are so much harder to take out, and they've got to deal with Dade. Dade on Yasuo, if he keeps on pushing those towers, he will just shred through them now.
And who's going to stop him in the one-on-one? He built Blade of the Ruined King, he didn't go in Vintage as his second item, so he wants to be the split pusher. OMG is going to have to send down going to try and stop him, but then who's going to stop Akon in the top lane? It simply forces OMG into a situation now where they have to get a pick on Cool, on this Ahri here, to relieve pressure. Otherwise, Samsung Blue is going to push every single lane up.
And remember, that pick has to be on someone who's not close to Heart, because rushed through the Mikhails, hasn't completed now. They've got a one get out of jail free card.
Even have a Quicksilver Sash now for Dade, so...
2 get out of jail free cards.
It is going to be so hard for OMG to find the pick. They need to just tunnel 5 members in, get full war control around an objective, and then hope Samsung Blue is going to try and face check you, and then you can get the kill. Because Ahri is all about the mid-game snowball, where you have the ward control, you get your pick with your charm, because you can surprise people, not by jumping into their face when they know you're coming. Otherwise, it's so hard to get any kills on Ahri.
Well, currently Samsung Blue continuing to push on through and taking away that vision from OMG. We do see, of course, the Deathfire Grasp has been picked up for Cool, so we'll see whether he's able to jump on and assassinate anyone. It is going to be crucial if they can get that early kill, but so far, those charms have not exactly been hitting the mark. So pressure very much on OMG, because the next fight could well be their last.
I mean, they almost got a pick on Deft, or they did actually end up killing him, but they could have like instantly burst him down as the charm.
It was just a little bit too late. Yeah.
But that was also Deft making a big mistake, standing in the front line as an immobile AD carry here, so he won't make the same mistake again.
And again,
is not finding their mark. You can see Samsung Blue stepping up the damage on Cool once again. They're pushing down, Deft burning through him. The equalizer came down, and they got the kill after all of that. The combined damage means they should be able to just push on towards this tower. And Samsung Blue get a pick, go for the objective.
you saw it there. This is a triple threat team. Even if they did get that pick on depth really early on, Rumble and Yasuo can finish things off. That was just red buff burn plus the ultimate from Acorn. Long range execution there.
And has anyone seen going in this game here? Not really, because the entire focus from Samsung Blue in the start was on shutting him down. We saw them sacrifice Dragon, we saw them put all the war control on the top side of the map just for Spirit to keep ganking going, get Acorn ahead on Rumble into his mid game where he would be so strong. And going has just been a non-factor because he's been shut down by the jungle presence.
Jard has been wanting to walk up here, and he is this finally. He's tempted. He really wants to go around there. They throw the lantern, they find Acorn, they go right around them. The rest of the team come around the back, and OMG are caught out of position. The wave catches on towards Sam. The intervention isn't enough to save his life. The rocket jump away, but he will get burned down. Going gets caught out as well. It's a double bill for Deft, and they are just romping through them now. They have full control of that jungle.
Acorn with the super hard bait. Does cost him his life, but that's 2 kills. 2 of the main threats off of OMG. That opens up the Baron. So easy for them to go for this. They have complete ward coverage. Let's see if there's a miracle steal, though. Lovelink can come in. He can hop right over the wall. They have a lantern.
Cool as ulti. He can go for this one. He needs to get kills.
Oh,
Nope.
instead he's going to get caught out. The Zhonya's Hourglass comes out. Is he going to be able to Spirit Rush away? No, because Dade will just motor on through him. We do still have Lovelink on the side.
He can
it
steal
needs
it.
to be that miracle.
Teleport in behind him, though. Look at Acorn coming
around. Lovelink's caught out. Oh, he's
He can't
just
steal
running
it.
him down. His Equalizer goes down, separates.
Nowhere to go.
Can't even get close to it. Def gets the kill. Baron goes to Samsung Blue.
And you have the double Blade of the Ruin King as well for Samsung Blue here to take down the Baron. They are in full control. That was such a nice bait because OMG was like, okay, finally we can move towards the Baron. We have the lantern. Let's see what Acorn can do here.
They're going for Acorn. This is a Baron buffed up member. They can try and pick him apart there. San, of course, already used the rocket jump, just shields himself up and runs away.
I mean, Acorn did have decent ward coverage in the red side jungle, but you have to still worry about that Triss running right here. So this was that all-in bait.
Yeah, such a nice bait because they had already used sweeping links on the top side of the map, so they knew there was no ward from OMG, and they were just waiting for him to jump Acorn, because I saw him as just one guy, and simply just walked around him. The wave was beautiful from hard. They managed to pick up 2 kills. You have, again, double Blade of the Ruin King, go straight for Baron, and as soon as OMG tried to kill you, disengage from Baron instantly as a team. Get a kill here. Nice
Also,
setup.
they used the exhaust on Acorn there before the Zhonya, so then there's nothing left. There's no way that you're going to survive Dade if that's down as well.
They've got Lovelink just waiting to pounce her. They're drawing out the Aqua Prison. Kind of feel for Cool because he's been waiting for that moment to go in and be that little roaming assassin, get those DFGs down and pop someone, but every time he's been a little bit too late to the party. His team have just wandered helplessly through the jungle and got caught out, so he's always been just a step behind. And Samsung Blue now 16-7 in kills, 13,000 up.
And he gets the pick
they
there.
catch out, they do land the charm, they finally get down Acorn. Once he comes out of that Zhonya's Hourglass, they catch him down. The rest of Samsung though, this is only 4 members, Dade's not even with them yet. Spirit round the side is keeping the entire team busy while the rest come through. There's Def comes round the side, locks onto 1. Can he get the triple? Yes, he will. No, he won't, because Dade stole it like a scumbag. But it doesn't matter. That is 4 for 1. And, well, Samsung Blue, they can just push through the base.
Yeah, worst situation ever from OMG. They thought they had the pick here, but Acorn, he comes out of Hourglass, pops his ulti, does so much damage to the entire team. Then he dies. Rest of Samsung Blue comes in. Hard on Nami has been absolutely fantastic. The last time away.
Also, Deft here, every time he has red buff on Kog'Maw, he's playing really, really far up. He keeps chasing down Cool after Cool has used his charges, auto-attacking him, slowing him, making sure he stays in range, and they finish up the kill. Beautiful as well, tidal wave by Heart over the Wraith Wall, out of vision to hit 3 and secure those kills. Blue just take up half of the base here from OMG. Well, 2/3.
And I get the idea behind OMG's comp here when you have Tristana and Ahri together, so you have a lot of like single target burst from Tristana as well. The problem is, as a team, if you're gonna lose the ward control pretty much the entire game long, you're never gonna get picks on Ahri. We see how easy it is for Samsung Blue to actually just avoid them, or at least when the pick comes, the rest of the team is nearby and can join in really, really fast, making it so hard for Cool to have an impact.
You can see the idea, right? They didn't want to team fight Blue, so they tried to go with Pick. Pick didn't work out for him though, if they can catch Dade.
Oh my god, it's a 2v1. I think he's going to go for the exhaust, and now it's a 3v1. I don't think you can take that many. He fancied it. He definitely fancied it. That's the confidence they're
maybe
showing.
one more in top
They're
lane.
going to try and jump onto Acorn. This is a 2v1 as well in the top. In goes Lovelink and going. They've got the damage, but the equalizer goes down. There's the intervention from Lovelink. While this is all happening, Deft has picked himself at 1, gets himself a 2nd. Acorn goes down in the top lane, but it's Samsung Blue still pushing down the bottom.
OMG try and get picks. They get a pick on both sides of the map. However, it's too late in the game for that. Blue are way too fed, plus double grinds of super minions coming in. They're looking to finish.
They are looking to finish. Def turns around. He's put some damage on towards Sam. The Nexus turrets will burn on down. Samsung Blue in full control of this game. They will take their first victory here unless OMG can pull off a miraculous stop. They're going to jump on Sam. They will take him down on the fountain just towards the end. The Nexus turret is falling. Going has to flash away. Loveling is burnt away. Def has a monstrous amount of damage as he burns on and picks up those kills. The game will